This is problem number 5 on notes 1-12, solve by elimination. In order to solve by elimination, I am trying to find the intersection point of these two lines algebraically instead of graphing. And so what I want to look for is a variable that will cancel out. And there are no obvious numbers that are easy to cancel out. And so I'm just going to pick either x or y and make it cancel out. And so I am going to choose to cancel out the x. In order to cancel out the x, there's no number I can multiply to 3 by that will go into 5, and so I'm going to have to multiply both of my equations. I am going to multiply this equation on both sides by a 3, and I'm going to multiply this equation on both sides by a 5. Where did I get the 3 and the 5? From those two numbers right there. 3 times 5 is 15. It has an x. 3 times 4 is 12. Don't forget I have to multiply both sides of the equation. 3 times 10 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, and that has a negative sign. 5 times 5 is 25, and that will have a negative sign, and this will be a 35. When I add up the columns, the x's are going to cancel because I have a positive 15 and a negative 15. You have to have the same number with opposite signs. If I didn't have opposite signs, I could multiply one of my equations by -1 so that I would have opposite signs. So when I add up the column, negative 15 and positive 15, zero out. These have opposite signs, so I subtract them and take the sign of the largest number, add up this column, and you get a 65. Divide both sides by -13. Make sure you divide by -13 because I need to cancel out the 13s, and I also need to cancel out the negative signs. So y equals 5. Positive 5 or negative 5? Since this is a negative, that will be -5. Now, I have not finished my problem. I have only found the y. In order to have a solution, I need the x and the y. I have the y, but now I need to substitute. Neither one of these equations looks particularly easy, so I'm just going to go back to the first equation, and in place of the y, I am going to substitute the -5 that I just calculated down here. 5x plus 4y equals 10. 5x minus 20 equals 10. Add 20 to both sides so that I can solve for my x. That zeroes out. Divide both sides. Why did I do that? Divide both sides by 5. I was a step ahead of myself. Divide both sides by 5, and x equals 6. So this is my solution.